Okay, so we're in Bromley in Kent. We're at the iBox gym. We're joined by Ricky Boylan. How you doing, Ricky?
I'm good, thanks, mate.
So Ricky, 27 years old, 16 fights so far.
17.
Is it 17?
Now.
Is it 17? All right, 17 fights. You're out again on the 7th of May in a challenge belt against Zoltan Sarai. How's preparation been going for this fight?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, I boxed, was it last week, 26th of March, so just over a week ago. And then I was back in the gym on the Wednesday after, so I literally had 4 days out. You know, I spent a little bit of time with the kids, and yeah, I'm back in there. So I just want to keep busy now, and you know, Steve's show was a great opportunity to do that, so I jumped on it.
I was just about to say as well, obviously it looks like now you're getting out a bit more regularly, you know, at times in your career, although you've always been relatively active, it looks like now you're fighting in quick succession. Is that the kind of plan for this year? You want to
definitely.
keep busy?
I just want to, you know, get back up to where I was, and I believe I will do so. I just got to keep busy and, you know, keep showing everyone that I can box, and I'm better than I've performed of late.
What do you want to do over the next sort of 12 to 18 months, Ricky? What's Ricky Boylan's plan? If we could sit down now and you could plan out the perfect route for you over the next 12 to 18 months, what would you like to happen over the next 12 to 18 months? Obviously, being real, I know we obviously want to be world champions and stuff, but what do you think over the next 12 to 18 months realistic for you?
I've always, when I first turned pro, I always said I just wanted to be a British champion, and you know, anything after that would be a bonus. I still believe I can be a British champion, but you know, I've made the mistake of looking past, you know, where I was at, and so now I'm just going to take one step at a time. You know, obviously I won the Southern Area title, boxed for the English before, and I got beat at the English title level. So it's just a case of rebuilding myself and showing everyone that I can box, and proving to myself that I'm better than how I've performed more than anything else. You know, everyone around me knows that I'm better than how I've performed. So it's just a case of me showing it now.
So you said there obviously about how you've looked in the past, you've looked past it. What's changed, Ricky? What made you? Is it just experience of being in the game longer, or was there a certain moment that made you realise that, oh, you know, I'm making them mistakes, I'm looking past it? What was there a turning point, or was it just experience of being in the game?
I think a bit of both, to be fair. You know, obviously, like, experience from the losses and that. But yeah, you know, them 3 defeats that I've had. You know, I had 4 months out after the last one, and I just, you know, I didn't necessarily think about boxing them 4 months. I just let my head clear and spent a lot of time with the family, and then. You know, in the new year, I'd said to myself that I want to start afresh. I want to keep busy this year, and I just want to rebuild myself back up and get to where I was. You know, I know your man Rakeem's got the Southern Area, and you know, maybe in a fight after this or down the line, I'd like to fight for that, and then, you know, just go through the titles in Southern Area, English, you know, and then obviously the British comes after that. But as I said, one step at a time. You know, I'm not looking past anyone, and you know, I just got to keep the winning going now.
How important is it to keep active? So obviously you said there you had 4 months off, but now you're trying to keep back in the gym. What's made you make that shift? Is it, you know, how important is it to stay in the gym? If there's a young fighter watching this and look at the career, is that the advice you give? Stay in the gym, keep active. Is that the?
Definitely. It's so important. You know, obviously the reason I had them 4 months is that I'd had 4 sort of tough training camps all back to back, and obviously I was training up in Manchester away from, I've got 2 little kids, so, you know, away from my missus and kids, and it was tough mentally as well. So I sort of said to myself I was going to enjoy Christmas and the New Year with them, and then start afresh in the New Year, and, you know, try and put them losses behind me, and just in the New Year start afresh and rebuild myself. But yeah, no, staying in the gym is massively important, and staying busy as well.
That's a thing that I think people don't take into account so much, that when people think about training camps, people think about what fighters go through. I don't sometimes think they take in the family aspect. If, like you was training away from home, you know, how difficult that is to be away from your family going into camp. You know, because to perform at the highest level, Ricky, you have to have everything right, don't you? And sometimes if you're away from your family, I don't think you know, how hard is that to be away from your family? Is that harder than the training almost?
I think. Do you know what? When I was in Manchester, I just talking to Steve about it earlier. When I was in Manchester with Jamie and Nigel, I absolutely loved it when I was there. But it was the case of leaving my kids on like a Sunday or a Monday to go up to Manchester that I absolutely hated.
Yeah.
And when I was up there, you know, obviously I missed them and that. But you know, mentally, you know, as I said, I'm happy with the training and everything I was doing. But I think mentally there was something in the back of my head that, you know, I love my kids to bits, and maybe I was missing them too much, and maybe mentally it played a part in my performances. You know, who knows? But
every fighter's different, aren't they? Some fighters prefer to be away from it.
Yeah.
Some prefer to be with it. It's just, you know, finding what's right for you as a fighter, isn't it?
Yeah, training wise, like you know, Jamie and Nigel were brilliant. Training wise, I couldn't fault anything. Like it was all great. But as I was saying, you know, I just wasn't performing in the ring. There was I'd made a few mistakes after the weigh-ins and things like that, but I'm not here to stand and make excuses, because what's done's done and nothing's going to change it. As I said, it's just all about me, you know, learning from my mistakes this year and rebuilding myself and moving on from them.
Well, look, you're off to a good start this year. Obviously, you win in March, and hopefully another win in May. Ricky, thanks for your stay. If people want to get hold of you, if people want to follow the career of Ricky Boylan, how do they get hold of you on Facebook, on Twitter, and Instagram?
At Ricky Boylan 1 on Twitter, Instagram, and Ricky Boylan on Facebook.
Superb. Ricky, thank you very much.
Top man.